Morning. And as always, we're recording. You might not be able to hear me that much actually. I might have to turn that down. 1 second. They have the TV on downstairs a bit too loud, so I've got some background music on, which is my friend's piano. It's really cool actually, and it's changed. Awesome. So, I don't know if I'm in shot. How's it going? I know you might have not had the best day. And that's alright. If you've not had the best day, don't worry about that. As I said, would you here just to hang out? Like last episode, I rewatched it today actually. You know, see how it is. It's a bit quiet, so I don't know if moving the camera closer, whether I need to record it elsewhere or whatever, or maybe I need to be louder or something. Maybe that's it, you know. But it seemed a bit sad as well. But I guess because we're just hanging out, and I guess my situation isn't ideal. I wasn't afraid to be honest, you know, with the way I felt, and I was really thinking about how you guys might be feeling with your situation, and it just puts you into that state of, you know, you need to be there for each other. You need to, you know, let go of those things that don't serve you well and don't do well for you. So, what we're going to talk about today, I'm not even going for a thing. Let's say you came round, so let's do a bit of play. If you came round, and let's talk about something that I thought of today, that maybe what I've learned, but it's something I thought of anyway, so it might sound a bit weird. And I guess this is weird, like this setup and stuff, but it's alright, don't worry about it. So, researching some of the stuff like sort of religious teachings, gurus, you know, sort of psychology, the shadow, understanding yourself, knowing not to fragment, stuff like that. I might be going way over your head here, but just looking into that kind of side of things. And there's a part of it where it says, like, you've got to accept yourself for your flaws as well. Like, I started personal development about 4 or 5 years ago, and all it's been is try and improve every day, make sure you're better every single day, make sure you do this, you're 200% on the grind, you're always working, you're always learning, you have to read 50 books a week, and you have to do all this, and you have to implement all this. That's great, getting stuff done, it's good. But when you start to define yourself, and you put yourself on back burner, so like your emotions, you get a bit too disciplined and you forget who you are. Not the Zen state where you're actually in the moment and you're just doing it, but that state where you don't allow yourself to be tired, or you don't allow yourself to be worn down, and you just try and work through it, and you push yourself and you stress yourself out. I know that's something for me that I really need to accept my limitations, if that makes sense. I feel like I spend so much time thinking about what work I need to do and how much I need to do. I actually don't do anything. So again, it's that thought process, it's that me talking myself out of it, but this time I'm planning myself out of it. I went from thinking myself out of it to planning myself out of it. So busy planning I don't get nothing done, when in reality what you need to do is act and not think. Just act, and with that you'll get the results, you'll get the responses, you'll get, well, nature will tell you, you know what I mean, people will tell you, you'll get the reaction you need. And then through that you don't have to plan anything because you already know what you need to fix. It's sort of take action with the relative amount of information to keep you safe, but learn from your mistakes as quickly as possible. As everyone says that, but what does that mean? What does it really mean, learn from your mistakes? It means make them. It means make the mistakes that you need to make in order to get you to somewhere you need to be. It doesn't mean, oh, just learn from the things you've done wrong before, or learn from all these other things other people have done. No, it means for you to implement and actually deal with your fears, deal with your insecurities, take action despite all of that, and then accept your fears, knowing that that's a part of the process, and knowing that it doesn't define who you are. It just sort of, you know, it's just part of the process, as I said. So I get, maybe I'm just rambling here, maybe this feels like I'm just talking to myself, you know what I mean? Maybe I am. But I think there's sometimes where you have to just let go of all your thoughts, every single one. All your negative thoughts, all your anxiety, all your depression, all your uncertainty. Let go of all your confidence, let go of all your skill sets, let go of all your planning and OCD and anything like that, and just act regardless. There's another thing Steve Jobs said, which was be foolish. I think that captures what I'm talking about today, is be foolish. Stay humble. Be foolish. Never give up. So maybe I've gone into it a bit, but being foolish doesn't just mean, you know, not being well practiced in whatever you're trying. It means that you're going to make mistakes that people are going to say are obvious mistakes. And you could have listened to them, and you could have took the time to learn everything they're talking about. But if you listen to everyone else's criticisms, you're not going to do anything. I've had it where I've had people telling me time and time again, oh, you can't do this because of this, you can't do this because of this, this won't work, you can't do this. You know, you've got no degree, why would you release a book on mental health? And then hey ho, it's a bestseller. So on the day of release, and it's like, you was wrong. you was dead wrong. Now remember, I'm not just talking about what other people say, I'm talking about yourself as well. You can be dead wrong about what you're thinking. Dead wrong. That doesn't affect who you are. Being wrong doesn't affect how can you are. It doesn't affect how people see you. It doesn't affect... I mean, in some ways, if you do stuff wrong and then laugh about it, people will love you even more. Because they get joy out of that laughter as well. As long as, you know, it doesn't come back to haunt them. It's not something disastrous. Do you know, a lot of what holds us back a lot of what holds us back is how we think everyone around us will see us. The dogma, as they call it. You know, everyone else tells us how to be, how to act, how to live. And yet, when we do all those things, we don't end up feeling fulfilled. we don't feel happy. We've lived by everyone else's rule, but we never listen to our own. And this might sound cheesy, but literally, you'll spend all your life looking around. Well, they said I need to be married by this time. They said I need to drink a nice car by this time, or a bigger house, or, I need to be married by this date. I need to have children by this date. Okay, I've crammed all that in. I've got a job. I've done that. I've got debts. I've got a house. I've got a mortgage. I've got student debts. I got, kids that are annoying me 24/7. I've got all these things everyone told me to get. I'm here. I've arrived. What now? Oh, no one's giving you advice now. No one's got any other levels. And you're stuck. You have to keep the job, or else you'll lose the house, and you could lose the family, and you could lose your marriage. And you're trapped. Joe Rogan talks about it. You trap yourself. And what I love about his analogy was, he sees problems in life. Now, bear in mind, his podcast, #1 in the world. He sees problems in life as if he's playing a video game. This is a video game problem. How would I solve it? What needs to be done? Okay, let's try and get the action to get there. Sorry, it's nearly my bedtime. But it's a good point, right? You're letting all the problem have so much emotional power over you, and the thought process of everyone else having so much power over you, that you're not actually deciding to live how you want to live. And I think that's a big problem as to why a lot of people are depressed, are anxious, are lost, are angry, are frustrated, are abusive. If you follow the rules of everyone else all your life, only to find out that you still feel empty, it's no wonder that people feel lost and trapped and turn to drinks and other things just to get the mind out of this life that they've put themselves in. Now I'm going to talk about me for a second. This could be dangerous because it's going to be seen by all. I sort of follow these dogmas too. Weird, right? I do want the family life, loving partner, kids that are trouble but are alright, friends that you can mess about with, a job that I'm proud of, passionate about. Say a job, we'll get to that in a second. A nice place to live and, nice view, married, all that kind of stuff. I want that. And I was set to turn 30 in a couple of months, and I'm currently houseless. No partner in sight, in tremendous debt. Nowhere near those goals. Nowhere near. And yet I do keep, most of the time, a sound mind and happy. I say happy. Frustrated most of the time. But when I'm acting on stuff like this, I'm happy. This passion, this drive, this thing. And I think with me, I said I want a job. It's not solely I want a job. I want to be, running this thing that helps people. And this, when this takes off, it's going to change everything. So, what I want to know for you, since we're here for you and we're hanging out, what is it that you think you would want if you could have it? And what thoughts that you've heard from other people, the dogma that have been talking about, your own thoughts, of inaction, of holding yourself back. What do you think that it is about that that's making you sad? By the way, I'm just clearing my throat. I'm not actually, dead upset or anything. I'm just not talking loud and I'm clearing my throat. Sounds like I'm about to cry. Well, I'm alright. But, yeah, what is it about yourself that you think, if I could just get this out of my head, this way of thinking, this pressure from everyone else, this fear inside, that if I could just get rid of that and do what I want to do, could I have the life that I want? Just worth a thought, I guess. Rather than always feeling lost, you actually get a grip on, well, this is who I am, regardless of what everyone else says. This is who I am. And then when you start to piece yourself together like that, the way this works is you'll piece yourself together. This is what I am. And it's almost like then you can start attracting those things you want. Sorry, pass my bedtime. So you become this shape or thing. And the reason you attract things that you want then is because you're so sure of what you want that anything that doesn't fit with your self, with what you desire or what you are. I think it's better to say what you are, not what you desire, because desire can be greed as well and stuff like that. I'm thinking more your psyche. When you find out what you are and something comes towards you that doesn't fit, you'll suddenly have that wall of, you don't fit in with who I am, what I want to be, where I want to be. You are not a positive influence on that. And the moment that this outside thing starts to sort of make your shape change or make your core break apart, or as I said, fragment before, if that starts to make you feel sort of, the feeling inside where it's like a pressure, an overwhelming pressure inside. And when you start to feel that, you'll notice it doesn't fit in with who you are. And you'll be able to put your guard up and say, this isn't what I want, leave me alone. Get out of my life, don't want you. And you'll be able to spot all the people who don't fit in with your ideal, who don't fit in with what you want for yourself, what lifestyle doesn't fit for you. And because they're all gone now, you've identified them quickly. The only thing that's left is, okay, now all I've got left is things that could work. So you try out loads of different things, and anything that's negative, you push it away. You keep trying out these things, then you start attracting almost yourself to those things that you want. Now, look at me, they're saying, you might be saying, Pete, that's great, you're saying that. How do we know that's true with my current circumstances? It's true because I've not made it, so to speak. I've not got the things I want, objectives, stuff like that, goals. But I have spoken in rooms full of people, Manchester, rooms full of business entrepreneurs. I've stood on stage with coaches who've made like 50 million and 300 million pound. I've been recognised by a guy who's won The Apprentice, and we've we've chatted back and forth, and he recognised me, which was incredible. I've been recognised in my local area by people I didn't know who was watching, who told me it's a great thing that I'm doing. They told me never to stop, and I've been supported by a lot of people who know it's important what I'm trying to get out there. And I guess in a way, that the fact that other people are finding this information, the stuff I'm putting out there, they're seeing it, the fact that I'm sending that out and everyone's getting to see it and digest it and understand it and try and learn it and look at it like that, I think that's my sphere, my shape. And it's no longer just me, trying to find out what I want, what I like, what I need, the goals on my own. Instead, I'm sending out all these energies of content, or this person speaking about me, or this person said this, or them 200 people, 300 people I've spoken in front of, they've heard of me now, and that's almost snowballing, like as if my shape was a ball, and it goes down this hill, and as I'm going, it's gathering more and more traction and spreading it further and further and wider. And if I can just keep that ball rolling for another year, 2 years, 3 years, I think it'll all come together, and I'll be so locked inside that overwhelm of things I want around me, like the snow. It's surrounded me so much that I have all the things I want to have. Currently, I'll have all my goals. And then, literally, I mean, that's genuinely what I believe, and that's how I think the science behind it works. Or the philosophy of it works. And I think the important thing with that is for you is when all this comes together for me, you're probably going to be sat there watching this episode right now because you're going to heard of me from somewhere or whatever. And you're going to look at it and think, that actually worked for him. Maybe I can put myself together a bit as well and find out what I need to attract and what I need to take action on, what I need to ignore, what I need to understand is not my path. Been a very deep one, weird one tonight. It was only supposed to last like 10 minutes or something. But that's some of the things I've been dealing with today. That's some of the things you can look at objectively, sort of put yourself in that realm of, I don't know, maybe that's how you attract things into your life. Maybe I could start something that I want to do. Maybe I need to stop talking myself out of things. Maybe I need to stop listening to people who don't have the lifestyle I have, And I think that is all for tonight. But yeah, as always, you're not alone in the way you're thinking or you're feeling. You're not the only one who's felt as scared as you have, or as lost, or as upset, or empty. So, that's today's episode. Catch you in a bit.